type of tissue which we will be simple tissue which we are going to discuss is sclerenchyma. We have already discussed about this parenchyma and collenchyma. Now what is sclerenchyma? Sclerenchyma is also called as simple tissue. Now these in sclerenchyma you will see the secondary wall thickenings which gives the secondary wall thickenings which are present in sclerenchyma gives thickness and as well as rigidity to the plant body. Rigidity to the plant body. In the secondary cell walls, you may see in some cases there will be a deposition of lignin, or they may or may not have lignin deposition. Lignin, and unlike the collenchyma, this sclerenchyma has the capacity to return to its normal position even after the stretching of the cell occurs. Now when we talk about a mature sclerenchyma cells, these mature sclerenchyma cells, when they get matured, they lose the protoplasm, they lose the nucleus, and totally these cells become dead tissue and dead cells. And the main function why we are so much interested in studying sclerenchyma is that these sclerenchyma cells is basically meant for providing the mechanical system in the plant body. It gives more of mechanical strength to the plant body, and it gives protection to all types of the tissues which are present in the plant body. Now sclerenchyma has two types of tissues here. When we are talking, sclerenchyma consists of two tissues, sclerites and fibers. Sclerites are also called as stone cells, and fibers are sclerenchyma fibers we can call. These are called as stone cells because these are the cells which are present in the plants in the soft tissue of the plant, and these are occurring in the groups, and these are also called as idioblast sclerites. Now these sclerites are of different types. Now when we are talking about sclerites, these are also called as stone cells. These are also called as idioblast sclerites. These are present normally in the soft parts of the several parts of the soft tissues of several parts of the plants. Now according to your syllabus, what you are having is sclerites. There are 4 to 5 different types of sclerites. So what are those we will be talking. So the basic structure of sclerites will be like this. These are occurring in almost all the plants in the soft parts of the tissues, and these are irregularly comparing to the other cells. Now there are different types of sclerites. We will talk about types of sclerites. Now there are different types. As per your syllabus, you are having sclerites. Sclerites are also called as stone cells, or these are also called as idioblast cells. These are one of the components of the sclerenchyma cells. Now as per your syllabus, you are supposed to read there are different types of sclerites. There was a classification given by Schick in the year 1899. He said there are 4 types of cells on the basis of the difference of the there are 4 types of sclerite cells on the basis of the difference in their shape. The first one is called as brachysclerites. Now what are brachysclerites? These are normal parenchyma cells. These are almost isodermatic cells and resemble the parenchyma cells, and these are almost present in the pulpy fruits. Pyrus. This is very important. These examples are very important for your entrance point of view. Brachysclerites are the cells which are of isodermatic in nature and more or less resemble to that of the parenchyma cells. Then that type of sclerites are called as brachysclerites, and these are almost seen in the custard apple, guava, and in you can also write an example of sapota. These are the examples where you can see the presence of brachysclerites. Another one is macrosclerites. These all are important. Next, macrosclerites are those cells where the cells are columnar cells. Columnar cells are present, and these are found in several roots. Macrosclerites are the type of sclerites. The cells are of columnar cells and these are occurring in several rows in the series of rows in the seed coat. The example of this will be, you can see it in cortex of stems and leaves. Stems and leaves, rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves, and almost all the macrosclerites are visible in Fabaceae plants. A type of sclerites where the cells are columnar in structure and these are occurring in the form of several rows as a series of seed coat, and these are rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves and majorly seen in all the Fabaceae plant members. This type of sclerites are present. Next is osteosclerites. Osteosclerites itself indicates these are bone shaped. The cells which are in the form of bones, the cones of these are in the form of bones. These examples are very important. Osteosclerites are the sclerites. Osteo means bones. So these sclerites will give more or less the shape of a bone like structure, like dumbbell shaped bone. How you will have a bone like this type of structure, then these sclerites are called as osteosclerites. So this type of sclerites you will see normally in the examples are more important here, seed coats of peas and leaves of hake. Another one you are having astrosclerites. Now astrosclerite itself, as the name it indicates, astro means star shaped. If the sclerites are in the form of a star shape, then those are called as astrosclerites. Astrosclerites are the type of sclerites where the shape of the sclerites will be astro means star shaped. If the sclerite is star shaped, then that is astrosclerite. These are normally seen in the petioles of nymphia and trichodendron. Okay. Next one is trichosclerites. Trichosclerites, these are sclerites which are seen in the, these are the trichosclerites which are seen in the hydrophytes. These can be divided into internal hairs and external hairs in the trichosclerite. Tricho means hair like structures, there may be internal or external. Another form it is called as, here as the diagram we have given here, this is known as filiform sclerites. Now, what is filiform sclerites? Filiform sclerites are the type of sclerites which appears more or less like a fiber, and these are having lumen in the center and their wall thickenings are present, and these are these type of sclerites are called as filiform sclerites. These wall thickenings are lignified. These cell walls are made up of lignin in them. The example for this is roots of monstera and leaves of, these examples are important. So filiform sclerite is a type of sclerite which in appearance looks like the fiber, and the special character is it has a lumen in the center and the walls which are showing the thickening are mostly made up of lignin, and this lignin presence of there are some simple pits are present in the secondary wall thickenings. The example for filiform sclerites will be, you can see this type of sclerites in the roots of monstera plant and also in the leaves of olea. So this is about sclerites or stone cells in the sclerenchyma. Basically stone cells are also called as sclerites according to the classification. This name is important. Schirik in 1889 he divided the sclerites into 5 types. Brachysclerites, which are almost more or less like parenchyma cells, present where pulpy fruits of Pyrus cuminous and guava, custard, apple and sapota. Next, macrosclerites, where the cells are columnar in structure, they occur in the form of regular rows of cells in the seed coat. Example, it is mostly seen in Fabaceae plants and rarely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves. And osteosclerites, as the name itself indicates, these are in the shape of bones like structure, bones, and these are mostly seen in the seed coats of peas and leaves of hake. And astrosclerite, as the name itself indicates, astro means star shaped. So this type of sclerites are called as astrosclerites. As the name itself indicates, astrosclerites, as the name itself indicates, this is a star shaped structures. It is seen in the petioles of nymphia and trichodendron. Trichosclerites, these are the trichosclerites in the nymphia. The idioblast cells are present. Idioblast becomes branched and then give rise to internal hairs or external hairs. One more sclerite is filiform sclerites. These are the long fiber like structures which lumen in the middle, the cell walls are lignified, and these are normally seen in the roots of monster and leaves of olea. Now, another component of sclerenchyma, as we said earlier, it is sclerates and fibers. Now we will talk about fibers. Okay. Next component of sclerenchyma is fibers. Okay. Now what are fibers? These are elongated cells. This diagram can be taken as fibers. These are elongated cells with narrow lumen, thick second cell wall, and their ends are oblique ends. Okay. This is also called one of the components of sclerenchyma. So what is fibers? These are narrow elongated cells with thick lumen and oblique end walls. Okay. Now example for this is fibers of Rami. Okay. Here fibers in sclerenchyma are of two types, xylary fibers and phloic fibers. Okay, in sclerenchyma there are two types of fibers, the xylary fibers and the phloic fibers. As the name itself indicates, the fibers which are present in the xylem tissue are called as xylem fibers. The fibers which are present outside the xylem or which is present in the phloem tissue, those type of fibers are called as phloic fibers. Okay, next we will come to the functions of the this is about components of sclerenchyma. Next, when we come to the functions of the sclerenchyma, there is only one and the major function of sclerenchyma, that is it provides mechanical strength to the plant body. It provides rigidity to the plant body. The only function of sclerenchyma is it provides mechanical strength. It provides mechanical strength to the plant body. So basically sclerenchyma is a type of tissue where there are two components, sclerates and fibers, and these sclerates are of 4 to 5 types as per Skerrick classification, and fibers are those elongated narrow cells with lumen and oblique end walls. There are two types, xyleric fibers and phloic fibers. Xyleric fibers are those fibers which are present in the xylem tissue, and the phloic fibers are those which are outside the xylem or which are present in the phloem. And when we come to the function of sclerenchyma, the type of only major function which is seen by the sclerenchyma is that it provides mechanical strength to the plant body. So with this we end with that of the special simple tissues. We have talked today about parenchyma cells, collenchyma cells and sclerenchyma cells. Okay.